YouTube Quinway coming to y'all with that instant analysis. We're gonna talk about Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks winning against the Chicago Bulls. This is a game that the Bucks had to win as they're trying to find a way to get back into that playoff hunt before things get uglier. And they was able to get a good victory tonight, partially due to Giannis carrying the team, particularly in the third quarter where he had 25 points and he was able to actually help them in the fourth quarter too. And that was too much for the Bulls. They couldn't get enough offense. They kept shooting threes in the fourth quarter. They wasn't making them, and the lead kept piling up and piling up because the Bucks just had better shot selection and they got to their spots a little bit more, and they were just able to make more plays and make more shots tonight, which is usually how a team wins anyway. But the Bucks actually look better offensively. They defense is still questionable. I feel like the Bulls got a lot of easy opportunities even at the rim. So I think the Bucks still need to communicate better defensively, and they still need to hold each other accountable. It's still too much he says, she say, finger pointing with the Bucks when it comes to defense, or just a lot of these guys not even pointing out what they need to improve defensively so that way they can look better during the game. Because this game was closer than the Bucks would have liked it for majority of the game, and it just shows you that the Bucks are not a contender this year. They're just going to be a team that's good enough to win games and good enough most times not to be embarrassed, but they're not going to be good enough to win the title. And that's something you can say about them last year. And this is just a continuation, in my personal opinion, just because of their bad habits, their inconsistencies, and how they play together. It always seems like one guy wants it more than the other, so let me get the ball and do something. And that offense is a struggle bug because guys are rhythm shooters and rhythm scorers. And if everybody not getting their part and getting their play in, it's just hard, to stay focused sometimes when you're a person like that going against a defense, especially against better teams, as they have to in the playoffs compared to the regular season. So we'll see what the Bucks are really made of. This is a team that people still got belief in. This is a team that people still like, to be like a rogue type of team, and I can see it because they have a lot of weapons and they have a lot of talent. But we also gotta say you are what your record is, and if you're 6-9, it shows that you're a team that is inconsistent on both ends of the court. And I don't really see that being fixed right now because it's too large of a sample size at this point. And majority of these guys been healthy for majority of these games. And it just don't seem like much is changing. It just seems like they figure it out a little bit. And sometimes that is enough depending on how you play because Giannis is so focused and so tough to guard that he's a walk-in mismatch, and the Bucks can always take advantage of that and they can ride it to victory. Giannis is a top 3 player in the league. He still is one of the better defenders too, and he's just a guy that you can't really prepare for because he's just so unstoppable when he gets to his spots, and when he decides to accelerate on you, it is like a walking casket for a defender. So, you know, the Bucks take full advantage of that. Doc Rivers said he's going to keep taking advantage of that, and why wouldn't you? Giannis got paid a lot of money. Giannis gets a lot of praise. Giannis gets a lot of credit from a lot of people. Even he was an all-star captain and stuff like that, so the fans are loving him. But he's the reason why you're supposed to be showing up to the games, because Dame has been disappointing as a player. Not only that, but this team has a lot of talent. They still been disappointed on both ends of the court. So even though they had a 36-30 first quarter against the Bulls, and they did follow it up with a 33-27 second quarter, and then they got outscored 33-29 in the third quarter. But the Bucks was able to get hot enough and made enough plays in the fourth quarter to keep the lead and build upon it with a 24-16 fourth quarter. I would say this was a good game from the Bucks, but they still have a long way to go if they want to beat the better teams consistently, which you have to do in the playoffs. You have to beat the better teams 4 times in the second round and in the conference finals and in the NBA finals if you want to be champion again. And we're going to see throughout this season if they can get back to that level of play with this new sprinkle roster of talent with veterans and young players and even Dame, and then hopefully Middleton can get put into this team too and really help them get to a level that some people think they still can get to. But it's all wait and see at this point because they still not healthy enough with Middleton being out and other guys still trying to find their footing and their role in this team. But Torrey Craig, he had 15 points, -2 and plus -2 personal fouls, 1 block, 1 steal, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. 2 of them was offensive rebounds. 3 of 7 from the 3-point line, 6 of 10 from the field. He ended up playing a decent game. He didn't fall in love with the three. He found other ways to score, and I think he was okay defensively, passable. Nikola Vucevic, you thought he would have had more points than more because they gave him the ball a lot, and he had a lot of opportunities. But he only finished with 14 points. He was -4 and plus minus 3 personal fouls, 1 turnover, 1 block, 3 steals, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. One of was offensive rebound, 2 of 7 from 3, 6 of 15 from the field. Kobe White, he was held in check, 14 points, 4 personal fouls for him. 3 turnovers, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 of 8 from the 3-point line, 6 of 15 from the field. Zach LaVine, 27 points, -10 and plus minus, 2 personal fouls, 4 turnovers, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 of 7 from 3, 9 of 15 from the field. And Josh Giddey, he only had 5 points. He was -15 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 2 turnovers, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. 2 of them was offensive, 1 of 4 from the 3-point line, 2 of 9 from the field. And then they emptied the bench in the last couple minutes. Jalen Smith had 5 points. -12 and plus minus, 2 personal fouls, 1 turnover, 2 assists, 1 rebound. He was 1 of 3 from 3 and 2 of 5 from the field. EJ Liddell only played 2 minutes, so he didn't do much or anything at all, to be exact. Dalen Terry, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. He did have a couple bad fouls late in the stretch, but he finished -5 and plus minus. He had also did get 1 assist, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and he did end up with 10 points. He actually was the only player double figures for the Chicago Bulls. Matas Buzelis, 0 of 1 from the field. It was a 3, but he also shot 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 2 rebounds, 1 personal foul, -3 and plus -2 points. Julian Phillips, 2 of 4 from the field. That was only threes, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 personal fouls, -11 and plus -6 points. Taylor Horton Tucker had 2 minutes. He only had a rebound, and that was it. Javon Carter was 0 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. Missed that layup with an air ball, but he didn't do anything after that. He had zeros across the board. Ayo Dosunmu played 32 minutes, 4 of 7 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. He also was 3 rebounds with 3 assists and 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, -18 and plus -8 points. And Chris Duarte, 2 minutes. He didn't do anything because of that. The rest of the team together, 41 of 88, 46% from the field, 17 of 45, 37% from 3, 7 of 7, 100% from the free throw line, 33 rebounds, 25 assists, 7 steals, 2 blocks, 14 turnovers, 23 personal fouls, 106 points for them. And then the Milwaukee Bucks, Prince started tonight, played 25 minutes. He had 0 points, 1 personal foul, 1 turnover. He was +6 and plus minus, 1 steal, 1 assist, 5 rebounds. 1 of them was offensive. He missed all the 3-point attempts that he took, which was 3, and no free throws. Giannis Gallup-Kumpo had 41 points, +7 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. 1 of them was offensive rebound, 7 of 14 from the free throw line, 0 of 1 from 3, 17 of 24 from the field. It was a dominant game. He attacked in so many ways. He used his length and his wingspan to score in the paint, whether it was in the post, going straight to the basket, even if it was shooting a mid-range jump shot. He did it all besides make that 1 3 that he attempted. And he shot 50% from the free throw line. You would like to see a better from that, but that's around where he's at for the entire season. And they actually held him away from a double-double. So it made sense why the Bulls was able to stay in this game a little longer than they should have, but they eventually ended up losing big anyway. Brook Lopez, 21 points, had some couple good games in a row now. Definitely needed him to step up a little bit. They know what he's capable of. They know what he can do, and he's playing better right now. +17 and plus minus. 1 block, 3 steals, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. 1 was offensive rebound, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from 3, 9 of 12 from the field. Damian Lillard, 20 points, +11 and plus minus, 2 personal fouls, 4 turnover, 10 assists. That's a double-double, 20 and 10. for Damian Lillard. 5 rebounds, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He was 2 of 10 from three, 7 of 17 from the field. Although he did struggle this game, he was able to make some shots in the fourth quarter, and they needed it because the Bulls was trying to pressure them, and they was coming at them, and they did force Dame to step up a little bit, and he was actually a decent decision maker tonight, even though he did have 4 turnovers. Andre Jackson, 0 points for him in those 14 minutes. He was 0-2 from the field, 0-1 from three. He did have 4 rebounds, 3 of them was offensive, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, +5 and plus minus. Bobby Portis, 8 points, +8 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 3 turnovers, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. One was offensive rebound, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 6 from the field. Marjan Beauchamp, 0-1 from the field, 0-1 from three, 1 rebound, zeros across the board. Leon Robbins, 2 minutes, zeros across the board because of that. DeLon Wright played 12 minutes, but he was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He did get 1 rebound that was offensive. He didn't do much after that, +5 and plus minus 3 points. And Gary Trent Jr., like I said, he's been playing better since they brought him off the bench. And he actually had 11 points, and that's one of the best games he's been having is coming off the bench. Even if it's shooting a three, even if it's scoring in general, he hasn't looked as good until now. -1 and plus minus, 3 personal fouls, 6 rebounds. One of was offensive, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3 of 5 from three, 3 of 6 from the field. Stanley, zeros across the board because 2 minutes he only really had 1 rebound, and that was it. And then AJ Green played 27 minutes. He was 6 of 9 from the field, 5 of 7 from three, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 offensive rebound, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 personal fouls, +22 and plus minus 18 points. And the other guys did not play, or they was ruled out early because the coaches made that decision, even if they was injured. 44 of 80, 55% from the field, 13 of 36, 36% from three as a team, 21 of 31, 67% from the free throw line. They did have 45 rebounds, so they out-rebounded them by 12. They also had more assists, 30 to 25. They had the same amount of steals. They had the same amount of blocks. They had 3 less turnovers, and they fouled way less than the Bulls by 10, and that was a big difference in that, mainly because they couldn't stop Giannis getting to the paint and getting the shots that he wanted, and it ultimately cost him the game. But they're not the only team that lost that way. He's one of the best players in the league. He's one of the best players ever. You just try to put a lot of effort, try to make them think, try to force them into shots, try to rush them as much as you can to get them uncomfortable, to get them to travel, to get them to carry or palm, or you just try to get him to slow down so you can catch up when you're trying to do the layup or dunk and block it, which they actually did a couple times today. They was able to get him going and slow him down so you can be able to block it. That's a tough thing to do too, but it just shows you how unguardable Giannis has been. Even though he doesn't have the three and he's not the greatest mid-range shooter, he's just so big and so strong and so long that he uses those tools physically to take advantage of the defenders not being the same. And that's something that he's God blessed with and born with, and he's really good at using it to his advantage, as he should. And that's one of the reasons why he's one of the greatest players, not just because of the length, but the IQ, knowing how to rebound, knowing when to attack, knowing when to go into defenders, knowing how to score in the post now, knowing how to even front in the post. He did tonight, and seeing him even find ways to look like Will Chamberlain, get the ball close to the rim and just go up and just do a layup. Just glide your hand up and just lay it into the basket. And those shots are tough too because most defenders can see it coming, but by Vucevic being so slower and so much less athletic, Giannis had the advantage to get the first step, and the first step leaves the defender behind, and then you just got to make the shot, even though they rush you a little bit or touch you a little bit. And Vucevic did bump him and knock him around. Sometimes got called for fouls for that reason, and it just shows you how tough Giannis is to guard. He's one of the hardest players to guard in the league, and that's why a lot of us say he's unstoppable, because if you do stay in front of him or you do take the contact, they're usually going to call a foul on you, even though he's coming at you full steam ahead. And he reminds me of LeBron sometimes, young LeBron. Like, you want him to make that mid-range. You'd be happy if he shoot the three, because he's just so big and so strong and so physical, especially Miami LeBron, that he'd just get to the paint and just dunk it sometimes. He don't even have to lay it up like sometimes he did, but sometimes he'd just go through the paint and just dunk. and get the and one on that too. Sometimes even in transition, they were looking like Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan out there, and sometimes Giannis looks like that. Like, man, this guy just comes at us and do two steps and two dribbles, and then he using a Euro step and all that stuff, and it's just fun to see him show a diversity in scoring and a variety of moves that he has to have to mix it up, just because different positions and different situations require you to score differently, and you have to have the IQ and the knowledge to be able to take advantage of those opportunities, but you actually have to have that in your move sets to be able to use those positions and use those angles and use those physical tools the right way to be able to be efficient and dominant at the same time. And Giannis has got a good mix up bag in his scoring repertoire. So it's good to see, and it's good to see the Bucks get another win against an Eastern Conference opponent that they had to pass up eventually if they want to get back into that playoff top six, so they can avoid the play-in, which should definitely be one of their goals still, because a lot of other teams in the Eastern Conference got off to bad starts too. And if the Bucks can get on a 3-4 game win streak, then they'd be happy, because that's all they really have to do to pass up these other teams, and then they can just go a little bit above 500 for the rest of the season, and they'll be a top six team. They just got to take advantage of it now and continue to play consistent basketball on both ends of the court, and this team will hit their peak, which is a playoff team and not a play-in team. But I still would say pretender, but they're good enough and respectable enough that you have to suit up for them and play hard, because they can beat you if you don't pay attention. And they also have a guy that can take over an entire game like he did tonight. 25 points just in the third quarter alone, and that stopped the Bulls from being able to get back in the game fully because they couldn't stop Giannis in general. And then the more you focus on Giannis, the other guys get easy opportunities, and we've seen that tonight, and we don't seen that so many years with Giannis being the best player in Milwaukee. So it's good to see. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you like videos like this, I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current players, current rookies, and others. And I also do a variety of conversation videos like this. They just come in different varieties. So if you like this video, check out my other videos. And if you like those videos, subscribe. And if you've already been a fan, if you've been busy, you've been tired, you've been working, just catch up on the channel when you can. I drop a lot of videos, so you might be a little behind, or it's easy to get behind. So I'm just giving you all a reminder to keep checking out the videos when you get free time, to stay ahead of the season, to stay ahead of what I think and how I feel. Make these videos. Y'all love watching them. Y'all love hearing what I got to say, and I enjoy making them. That's why the channel's so successful. That's why it's been blowing up as big as any other channel the last couple years, for the fact that y'all guys really love the content. Y'all really love how I do it. Other than that, see you guys hopefully later today.